Side at 10.
Nampa students are headed back to classes today with uncertainty surrounding the school district's future.
Nampa faces a $5 million budget deficit, leaving teachers and children as the victims of the district's money errors. Nampa superintendent says he is on a mission to change that. And in part 2 of my On Your Side exclusive interview, he tells me what to expect this year. As Nampa students get back into their school routine, the same cannot be said for the district office. Nampa schools are starting the year in the red to the tune of about $5 million. And perhaps even more damaging, it's fighting a tarnished reputation. As a former Army commander, Nampa's new superintendent, Pete Kohler, is determined to turn the tide. What do you think have been the biggest hurdles that you've encountered since taking over as interim superintendent?
It has been difficult to feel that we've really made sure the public understands that financially, we've balanced the budget. Now, it's going to be a real tight year, and that's always going to be a worry in my mind. But that they have a sense that, okay, that these guys haven't screwed this up.
That's a big hurdle after the last school year when Nampa discovered multiple multi-million-dollar budgeting errors, lost 2 superintendents, and left many in the community wondering what really happened. The ripple effect of those problems is not lost on Kohler.
It's not fair to those children. It's not fair to the parents. It's not fair to the city of Nampa. I understand the impact that a good school system has on the community. I want people to want to be in Nampa. And it's not fair to my teachers and staff.
Having come up through the teaching ranks in Nampa, Kohler says he understands all too well that it's teachers who are taking the biggest hit because of the district's mistakes.
Michelle, I'm taking a lot of money away from them, and that was not an easy decision to make on furlough days.
14 furlough days this school year, which is a major reason the district had an unprecedented 23% teacher turnover rate. That's 135 jobs. By the first day of school, Kohler only had 10 open positions left to fill.
But it hasn't been just hire anybody that comes through. These are people that are highly qualified, as the standard requires.
Kohler says he is committed to educational excellence in Nampa, even with a budget that has almost no wiggle room. Take me forward, Pete. In terms of money, you say that this year is going to be a tight year. What differences can parents expect bringing their kids to school that first week?
There might be some larger classes, mostly at the secondary level.
Let me stop you. When you say large, give me a ball. I know you haven't looked at the numbers exactly, but a ballpark figure of how many kids are going to be in that classroom.
An example would be, let's take Nampa High, where normally if we're looking at Algebra 1, which is a very challenging freshman class for a lot of our children, so we would consciously try to keep that class between 22 and 25 kids. Could be 30 now. We're not talking 50.
Also, don't expect to see any new textbooks. And although there's more money than last year in the substitute teacher budget, it's still too small for the district's needs. At the elementary level, Kohler is not cutting corners on kindergarten through 3rd grade. Those years, he argues, are crucial to a child's future success in school.
The average mother and father that walks in the door, especially the moms who walk into kindergartens, 1st grades, no. It's going to be like any year that we've seen.
Kohler knows this is a critical year for Nampa schools. He must rebuild trust in the district.
And our goal is to reinstate that faith. And it takes time. I understand, for me it's easy to say that. They're going to have to watch, and not just this year, but the year after, the year after. It's going to take a while for them to truly say, all right, they do have their act together, we're okay.
Kohler also told me that he has set aside a little money to try and help reduce some class sizes once they get an accurate enrollment count in the next couple of weeks.
Well, it's interesting he knows in that last soundbite that this is going to be several years in the rehabbing. But he may not be around for that necessarily.
No, doesn't plan to be around. He's just the interim superintendent, meaning that he is supposed to be gone by next summer. So the plan is to start a superintendent search committee that's going to look all over the nation for the next Nampa superintendent and hopefully have somebody in place no later than next June.